Hello and welcome to the second part of my Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes review. I hope you've seen the first part where I skimmed the story a bit. In this segment we'll check out the visuals and make a start on the beast we are here for, the gameplay. Hit the like button if you're enjoying yourself and subscribe if you wish to stay up to date when videos come out on this channel. With that out of the way, onward. Visuals. The art style is gorgeous, colours pop like in No More Heroes 1, along with the more rigid features from No More Heroes 2. Fortunately, and finally, Travis has a more attainable physique. The Bug Street Boys, Sheepmen, bosses and playable characters really bring something fresh to the even fresher locations. I couldn't pick a favourite location, but the one I look forward to is the DLC Death Ball, Killer Marathon Beyond. Each Death Ball feels like a vast world with a lot of personality to them. There is usually a wide camera angle in the Death Balls. I've always enjoyed the views. The visual novel segments are nicely detailed and tasteful too, because pixel art will never die. Now, the new camera angle was an unwelcome change at first. For me, I don't play many video games with this perspective. We got top-down perspectives and even some side-scrolling. These angles made me feel further away from Travis and the action. However, we are in new territory, a game within a game. Of course there's going to be some fucking distance. After a while I got used to the new viewing angle and got pretty fond of it. Slashing through enemies and facing their crazy abilities with some of my own seemed way more fitting and manageable with the new perspective. A very cool change is all the enemy types get title cards like the bosses do, bringing with them that digital charm which really screams I'm playing a supernatural game console. The artwork which is featured throughout the game and on the box is from the UK based artist called Boneface. Go check him out on Twitter and his website. There is a lot of grit and heart that is in the pieces done by Boneface, like a distilled filter over the characters touched by the madness of the Death Drive Mark II. We also get 8-bit Travis whenever we obtain a Death Ball in Travis Strikes Back, or find a skill chip in a stage. Look how cute he is. The other playable characters have this as well. Now, the visuals when it comes to gameplay. Particle effects, lighting, pretty colours, beam katana flashes and slashes look great. This game probably has the best charge-up animation for the fact that bolts come out the beam katana while doing the deed. Skill chip effects, enemy and boss attacks, and even the charged attack all have a beautiful visual presence which is pleasing to the eyes. To round it all off, funny enough, is the border that frames all this wonderful stuff when we are in the Death Drive Mark II's amazing games. Along with how the glitchy pixelated edges bleeding into the game lines up nicely with the patches of glitches and barriers found throughout the game as well. Really feels like worlds are colliding. Having a health bar in the shape of a character you play as that goes downwards is nice, similar to the heart gauge in the previous games. Skill chips with their individual cooldown times set above that, and finally the charged attack meter being a little circle. The toilets have a consistent design, either porta potties or the digital seats themselves. I do wonder how sitting on these toilets feels, since Travis feels everything in these Death Balls. These are the most important questions of the series, and I want you to acknowledge that. However, I can't complain much. A pretty flashy game with plenty of colours and looks damn good. Shame about a certain boss's coat though. Gameplay. Finally, at the big beefy bit of the review, the reason why we play games. For the thrilling and soothing ways we can interact with the world, so distant yet so close. The controls for this game can be smushed down to a single Joy-Con, and for good reason. Not the most vital feature in this game, but you can play with a pal via co-op. Just pass them a controller and they can pop in as Badman or any of the other characters that are available. I did want to use this feature during my Journey to No More Heroes 3 run, but with how 2020 has been, having friends over has been out of the question. Anyway, the play experience is certainly different from the two previous titles, and to a degree for the better. With no lock-on system, I enjoyed the freedom of movement and practicing my spatial awareness a lot more, since in the long run can make up for some badass combos and fight sequences. Jumping is another fantastic feature which is really solid. We can adjust while in the air a fair bit with the control stick. We get a nice balance of platforming too. Getting the dodge roll to a button is a very, very welcome change. I always felt like I was taking a step back when dodging via a D-pad or control stick, considering how much I used to play Monster Hunter. With some attention to these details and knowing the timing for enemy attacks, these tools alone can really give experiencing the Death Ball some extra spice. Especially since this game currently has the best movement. Now, onto the more exciting stuff. We are still going strong with Bloodberry, and it does everything it needs. So much so that it is the only beam katana we get in Travis Strikes Again. In this game, Travis has a light attack which can be mashed or held. The light attack has another great feature. Travis can run around while he's swinging. Heavy attacks come in two varieties, a 2-hit combo, and a meaty swing which can come out fresh from a dodge roll. We don't get to jog around with the heavy attack, but man, it is satisfying. Speaking of satisfying, I found myself really enjoying weapon recharges more in this game. I guess partly because of the visual contrast of digital skull people prowling around many different colourful stages, while a man in a leather jacket cranks it among the chaos. We also get jump attacks too, leaping through the air with a quick slash by hitting the light attack button, or plunging the beam katana down, causing a little shockwave by hitting the heavy attack button. The lethal and ever-evolving power of the charge attack is simply brilliant. A cool substitute for the death blow and the ecstasy gauge mechanic, mixing them together well, considering where Travis is at in this gaming adventure. Once you gain enough energy from bringing the beat down, Travis can unleash a powerful lunging attack which has some girth and length, a strong 3-step move that can get more lethal with each level gained. A pretty fantastic incentive to take little to no damage considering Travis gets to finally spawn a fucking tiger made of ki. I wonder how Ryuji would have felt about that. And, to really pile on the coolness, you can unleash the power of begrudging friendship when combining your charge attack powers in co-op mode and clap them shitheads with Choco Banana Crepe with Caramel Ice Cream! Pretty neat, huh? I'll cut things off here. Next time we'll dig a bit deeper into the gameplay. Show your support by liking, commenting and subbing along with that bell. Thank you so much in advance. But until then, this has been DePassion. See you on the next journey. Take care.